All right, first off, happy holidays. Happy New Year, I should be saying to everyone. It's almost the New Year. Can't believe it. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Wow, December 30th, 2022. Can't believe it. Thank you, everyone, again. Thank you for such an amazing year. It's quite interesting, I have to say. If anyone can just let me know in chat, just really quick, if you can hear me. I had to redo the setup, so if I'm off just a little bit to start here, that's most likely why. But again, happy holidays. Hope everyone's having a great time off if you do have time off. And I hope everyone's going to have a great new year. And I hope 2023 is even better than 2022 for everyone. Thank you again so much for joining me in this last live stream of 2022. Unbelievable. And again, if someone can just let me know if you can hear me, that would be amazing. Mary, thank you so much. Great to see you. It's a pleasure to have you here, as always. Thank you so much for joining this morning, Mary. I hope you're doing good and hope you had a great holiday season and a great 2022. You can hear well. Thank you again, Mary. I appreciate it. So, what I really wanted to do, and I guess, it's been a little while since I've been on live with you guys, which, again, I've always said this, and I get a lot of questions, and everyone's so nice in the messages and everything like that. And I just always just like to make it clear right off the bat, because I know some people will be listening to this later. But again, YouTube is not my full-time job, unfortunately. It'd be great if I could get on here every day or at set times during the week. But running a couple businesses, it's just very, very hard to set that time. That's one of the things that I'm going to try to change, though, in the coming year. So I apologize that it's been some time since my last live stream, but going forward in 2023, I've been able to make some changes where that is not going to be the case. We're going to try to do at least one show a week, and it's probably going to be 2 a week. So we have that to look forward to. The other thing that I'm going to say just off the top, again, other than happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, is that this is going to be the last stream where you do not see my face. My face will be on the rest of the streams. Every live stream, every show, my face will be on. I really needed a new camera. I had the setup, just the camera was not very good. So I wasn't happy with the quality, but we got that all taken care of. Small details, things you guys probably aren't that interested in, but just letting you guys know moving forward, my face will be on. It'll be more of an engaging discussion, more of an engaging show, where I'm going to be throwing up probably a lot of research, a lot of data at you guys as well. I think that'll be quite interesting, just so you can see where I'm coming from, where I get my information from, and then we can kind of discuss it together. I think that's always the best, when we're both on the same page. And then if you guys have questions relating to that, I can happily answer them for you. So last stream without the face on, I had a couple videos out there. If you are interested, you see it in the thumbnail anyway. So that will be quite interesting going into 2023, I do have to say. And I really want to make the point here before we keep going as well, that there'll be a lot of how-to videos, how to make a lot of recipe, a lot of almost type cooking videos, I guess you could call them, where I'm showing you a couple of the teas I make, a couple of the smoothies that I make. I have that all sorted out. I have everything that I need for that. There's no excuse that it can't get done. So those will be coming out as well. So I think you guys will like that. So some interesting videos on there where I'll put some of the teas that I have, because some of the teas, aren't just, they have quite a few ingredients to them. And some of the ones that I really like, clove tea with clove or garlic, or, some of the other ones that I really like is turmeric with even cumin thrown into it. So some interesting teas that I'm going to be putting up there, and also some other videos and some recipes, smoothie ideas for you too, if that's what you guys want. Nathan, thank you so much for joining. Appreciate having you in here. So that's a nice thing that I think will make some very interesting videos, some sort of how-to videos. I think the recipes will be interesting. I think the teas, I think the smoothies, and then some other things that I have for you. I think you guys will really, really enjoy. And thank you so much for the thumbs up. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you guys. Hey, the couple of streams where you were on, you're very interactive. Well, thank you, Mary. And I'm really looking forward to the recipe videos. That's awesome. Great. Thank you very much, Mary. I appreciate that. And I think you're right. I think, when I'm on live with you guys, I find it more interactive. I find that, I'm actually talking to you guys, just being on camera. It's kind of hard to explain. Even when I did the videos where I was on camera, had the exact same thing. I really enjoyed it. So it'll be nice. It'll be, something new, something fresh for 2023. And I think those recipe videos are going to be really interesting as well, because I'll probably be on them. Either at least the ingredients, and you guys can kind of get a glimpse into, because a lot of the times when I put the videos up, if it's a tea, if it's a combination of certain ingredients, a lot of the times I'll throw in the recipe. Sometimes if I think it's a really simple one, sometimes I won't put it in there, but most of the time, I'd say 95% of the time, the recipe is in there. But if it's not in there, the main question in the comments, and I can see all the comments from old videos as well, is, do you have a recipe for this? Do you have a recipe? How much of this ingredient should I be putting it in? So I think being able to see, and then actually being able to see the completed tea or whatever it is, will be very nice for you guys and be a little bit more informative as well. So keep a lookout for those videos. I got a brand new camera. We're good to go. And my editing software should be no problem. So looking forward to that. And again, if you guys want a video, if you have anything that you want to see, any recipes, like a tea or something like that, you can always comment, or you can always bring it up in the live stream. So those are two quick things that I just want to point out. So 2023 channel announcements. Hard to say that, 2023. It's hard to believe 2022 just flew by. Seems like this time last year, we were just entering, where I am in Canada, entering a lockdown. Cannot believe that. We were entering I think it was a 6-week or a month lockdown. I can't quite remember how long it was, but seems like it was yesterday. This year has just flown by. Those were two of the bigger announcements, I think, for 2023. Right? We're going to be moving into the live shows with the camera, and then we're going to be doing live videos where I'm going to be putting up recipes, other discussion videos as well. It might not be recipes, but where I'm discussing, I've been doing some interesting research in perimenopause. I think a lot of people might find that interesting, in menopause in general. So maybe a video on that. And thank you everyone for coming in. I appreciate having you all in here. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. But even just a video on perimenopause, menopause, things like that, sugar, which is going to be our first show. I think you guys are going to love that. It's actually still hashtagged here. But the damage really that sugar is doing to our bodies, that's going to be the first video. That's going to be our first live stream. So I'll be on camera on that. I could come out with a video, say if I didn't want to live stream it, I'd come out with a video where I'm on camera discussing it. So it's really, really exciting. Have all the equipment, have everything that I need. We have that to look forward to, especially for me. Hope you guys enjoy it, but I'm looking forward to it being on there. And then again, just answering your guys' questions. So those are the two big things. The other big thing that I want to announce for 2023 is the consistency. All right, the consistency of the videos. We've grown this channel to 337,000 subscribers. Unbelievable. Never would have thought in a million years that we'd get to that amount of people. The questions that I get on a daily basis, the comments that show up. I'll log on after not getting on a computer for a day, and the bell is like 10 plus. So many comments, so many questions. You guys are amazing. You have awesome questions. I try to get to as many as I can. But the one thing is, all right, consistency with new videos. All right, people asking, wanting this video, wanting that video. Like I said, September to pretty much until about last week was, I'd actually even say probably May until this week has been quite the grind. Not on YouTube, in the outside world, working with clients. Like I said, this is my profession: nutrition, working with clients, exercise, all of that great stuff. It's been a bit of a grind, and it's been a good grind. I've been very busy, and I'm very thankful for that. But I want to get more consistent with videos and with live streams and shows on this channel. And I think if I can do that, and I have a whole plan set out for, 2023. I think if we can do that, I think it's going to add an incredible value to the channel in general, but more importantly to the viewers, to you guys. So that's a big goal for 2023, increasing the consistency and of the videos, of the live streams, and the quality of both of those. All right. So with consistency, all right, comes quality. All right. I could pump out videos. Quantity is easy. All right. It's the quality that's hard. All right. Not hard, but something that I really want to kind of work on for this year. It's one of my goals for 2023. Joshua, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you in chat. Wow. It's been a little while, Joshua. Hope you're doing well. It's been a long time. Hope everything's going well. Hope you had a good 2022, Joshua. I really appreciate you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in and saying hi. But those are my 3 main goals, guys. All right, and I hope that you guys enjoy, and I hope that you guys get a ton of value out of it, because at the end of the day, like I said, quantity would be easy. I could, put out a video. Each video takes around, not counting the research, but to script it, to voiceover, to edit, all that stuff, somewhere in between 2 to 3 hours. I could do that. I mean, if not on a daily basis, at least 4 times a week, 5 times a week. It doesn't seem out of the realm of possibilities, but I want the quality of the videos to be good. I want good information to be out there, something that you can watch. And I've been trying to keep it at a time frame that's not too long for people, because I know like a 5 or 6 minute video on, like, let's say oranges or walnuts, for instance. A lot of people, right, just don't have the time for a 6-minute video on walnuts. We're in the age of like TikTok, where it's like 30-second videos. So trying to combat and combine all of those things into a video where it's not too long, but it's not too short as well, and you're still getting good information, is something I've been working on. I think I found a nice little quote-unquote recipe for it, for making the videos. And I think in 2023, I think that's going to be something that I can manage. New Year's Day will be staying healthy and prosperous. Good for you, Joshua. Absolutely. I think that should be, it shouldn't be, but I think that's a great goal for everyone. Stay healthy, being prosperous. Good for you. Same with me. I think 2023, all right? It's now that we've gotten, the channel announcements out of the way. 1, we're going to have live streams. My face will be on, more interactive. 2, we're going to have videos where we're making certain smoothies, teas. Doesn't really matter. Live format videos where it's just not pictures. And it'll be a combination of both. And then the other one is consistency. I would like to do every day. If I could do every day, that would be amazing. Right? If I don't do every day, 5 times a week I think would be great. That would include live streams as well. So those are my channel announcements. Everything else is still the same. Great supporters like Mary, Nathan and Sarah, Joshua, is you as well. But Mary, fit team member. Big shout out to Mary. Big shout out to Sonia. Appreciate you guys, the other fit team members. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Everything else is going to be staying the same, but I want at least some good consistency on here and some good information coming out here. So those are the channel announcements. I think 2023 is going to be a big year for me, business-wise. It's going to be a big year, an important year, trying to. At the end of the day, here's what it all comes down to with me, guys, and it'd be nice if you could see my face with this, but here's what I want to say. At the end of the day, it all comes down to quality, all right, and to service, all right? If there's not good service to you, and I see this as providing an important service to you guys, all right? If you're going to take any time out of your day, whether it's listening to this stream, whether it's watching a video, whether it's watching a couple videos, if you're going to take time out of your day, I want you to be able to get good information. If you don't have the quality, all right, what's the point of even making the videos, all right, or watching the videos, all right? You could go watch someone else. The fact that so many people here watch the videos, comment on the videos, thumb up the videos, like we have 18 thumbs up already on this stream. If you look at the percentages, you guys might not see this, but on the videos, it's like 100% thumbs up. It's like 100%, 96. You guys are we have an incredible community here. So the quality, that's why I don't want the quality to change, the service to change. It's all service based. And so at the end of the day, I hope that comes off. I hope not only, in the videos, but with me talking to you live, I hope that comes off because it's definitely genuine. I wouldn't be doing this for 10 years if it wasn't. I just enjoy it. I enjoy helping you guys. And I just want to make some little impact, whatever impact I can, to help people be healthier, to be happier. And that's how I go about it, and I'll leave it at that. Nathan, you nailed it, my friend. Health is wealth. It certainly is. It's funny, when I was trying to come up, I wanted to make here's a little insight. Way back in the day, way back, I wanted to make a channel or maybe start a blog that was called Health is Wealth or Health and Wealth, something along those lines. But it's certainly true. I 100% subscribe to that thought process, to that mindset. We have to be healthy, guys. And I think maybe we can use that, Nathan, thank you very much, to sort of transition into, health and goals like I have in the title here. All right. I already gave my announcements. All right. We're done with that. Hope you guys are looking forward to those changes. All right. On the channel. But I think for 2023, here's what I'd like to almost not lay out a challenge, but have something that we can shoot for. Something that I like doing with people is if I'm training someone or if we're doing some sort of nutrition thing, a fun little thing that you can do is, like a doctor, write down what their prescription is for the week. So if they're not drinking enough water, and this is not medical related, I am not a doctor, it's just a fun thing that I like to do with clients, but you write down a prescription for the week. If someone's having 0 vegetables, all right, then you're going to go for 2 servings of vegetables per day, and you're going to increase water to 4 liters, all right, or let's say 2 liters, something like that. I think, and it's sort of a nice little challenge for them, all right. It's sort of it's something that they can shoot for or aim for. And I always tell them there's no homework. There's nothing that they have to do, right? They don't have to go home and increase their water to 2 liters. I would like them to. It'd be healthier for them, all right, to increase their water, increase their vegetable intake, all right, maybe decrease one night of unhealthy eating. That would all be great, but there's never any have-tos or shoulds. It's up to them, all right, at the end of the day. I'm not there to monitor their eating. But I think that would be something fun. I think that we should try to make 2023 the best year possible for ourselves. I'm in such a groove, and I can't wait to get on camera and help, go over the process and everything like that. But I'm in such a groove right now where my health is number one priority in a multitude of ways, whether that be physically, mentally, spiritually, all right, trying to get to the point where I am at my best, reach my potential, all right? You're never going to be 100%, all right? Or maybe even a 10 out of 10. Maybe you will, all right? But at least the thing that we can do is try. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm in such a good groove right now. I'm ready to help. I'm ready to, provide that service that I was just talking about. I don't feel like there's anything that can really hold me back. I feel very fortunate. But you got to work on yourself. Let me make sure I'm not missing any questions. I see, Mary, you have a question here. I have a question about smoothies. Okay, yep. Do you feel they are a good source of nutrition? I enjoy them. It's not very beneficial to drink nutrients, but for me, it's a convenience. It's a great question, Mary. So a lot of people will ask me about, about smoothies. Do I think they are a good source of nutrition? Absolutely, 100%. I think it's a great way to get in foods that you wouldn't otherwise get in, say like spinach. I throw broccoli into my smoothies. That's why I want to make these videos so you guys can actually see what my smoothies look like. I'll throw turmeric into my smoothies. I probably wouldn't be getting turmeric throughout the day, unless I was putting it in water, but I throw it into my smoothie. Yes, it is a good source of nutrition, Mary. You'll read things where heating things up can affect the nutrition aspect. And in a lot of cases, that is true. I mean, especially with things like vitamin C, more water-soluble vitamins, fat-soluble too, to a degree. I mean, vitamin D and all that, those types of vitamins. But, heating up, yes, that can neutralize and lower the amount of nutrition. But when it comes to making a smoothie, The important thing is, all right, even if you're juicing, all right, and the smoothies I like better because you're still getting all the fiber benefits and all the benefits of the whole food, right? Yes, it's a good. There's nothing wrong with drinking nutrients, all right? It's just like taking a supplement, all right? Taking it in pill form or getting it from food. Yes, we would like it from food, but there's nothing wrong with taking vitamin D, rather like a vitamin D3 supplement than getting natural sunlight. I've read that it's not very beneficial to drink nutrients. I'm not sure why it wouldn't be beneficial for them, why they would say it wouldn't be very beneficial. Here's one thing that I will say, and maybe, I can agree on. Sometimes it's not always super beneficial to drink your calories because it can increase your calories. And the reason why I say that is just so that you're not going overboard on the amount of calories that you're having. But do I think that, if you put a banana into a smoothie and some broccoli, then it's going to hurt the nutritional value of those foods? Then absolutely not. I haven't read anything on it. Might it hurt a little bit? Maybe 10%, maybe more. Who knows? If it's convenient for you, Mary, then I would stick with it. I don't see anything wrong with smoothies. I see them as a big positive. Avocado's another one. I don't like avocado, but I will have it in smoothies. So, I feel very much so that, to answer your question there, I feel very much so that they are a good source of nutrition. And you can put foods into them. You can put, powders. You can put other supplements into them. Speak with your medical practitioner for certain ones, of course. But, you can combine certain things into them and then get them into your diet. Make sure you're eating them and get them in for the day. And then increase your nutrition greatly from them. Like I said, juicing might give a different answer. But for smoothies and things like that, I don't see anything wrong with that. And it's very convenient. I'm in the same boat as you, Mary. Like I said, I'll pack my smoothies, spinach, broccoli. If there's kale's going in there. Tons of superfoods. So I think you're just fine having them, Mary. I don't see them, a loss of benefit to drinking nutrients. I don't, nothing's popping up into my head. So I hope that helps answer your question. Yes, I got a good question. Which diet is good for teeth growth back? Broccoli or spinach? Okay. Strawberry smoothies is good for vitamin C, calcium, and more nutrients. Absolutely. Strawberries are one of my favorites. Also great for fiber. I mean, strawberries are tremendous. I always say, what are my 4 favorite fruits? Well, it always goes back to berries. All right, strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries. That's for teeth. Okay, so broccoli or spinach, well, for teeth to grow back, there's one thing, it's more, you'd want to increase calcium, magnesium to grow back. That's a little bit of a different question for them to actually grow back. You can have a ton of foods that are healthy for your teeth. I mean, like I said, if you're having, dairy, you got tons of calcium, all right? You're getting phosphate, which is good for them. Things like leafy green vegetables, spinach. If you're listing the ones that you put there, spinach is incredible. I mean, folic acid, I think, is pretty good for your teeth and gums, all right? Also, spinach and broccoli have other important minerals for your teeth and gums. Nuts, I'd say, are very, very good. Almonds especially being very good for your teeth, very healthy for your teeth. But to grow back, all right, very tough for them to grow back. We're talking more. Also, strawberries, by the way, are good for your teeth as well. Just anything in vitamin C, all right? And like when you think of broccoli, vitamin C and vitamin K, very good for, it's just like bones, all right? Broccoli is good for your bones. It's naturally good for your teeth, all right? But when it comes to growth, all right, for them to grow back, that's a totally different story. I mean, if there's bone loss, all right, like teeth loss, all right, it can be hard for that teeth to grow back, so you need to speak with a dentist, all right, or your doctor. All right, there's things that can slow down bone mineral density loss, all right, and things that we can do for the health of our bones. The teeth are a little bit different, all right? Like a chipped tooth, all right? To sit here and to prescribe, some sort of food that's going to help you to grow back your tooth, if it's chipped, wouldn't be very, very well good for me to do. So hopefully that helps. But for teeth health, broccoli, spinach, absolutely. For preventative health, we're talking about keeping your teeth healthy. Strawberries, like you mentioned as well. Calcium, there you go. Tons of nutrients in there. That's great to know. Thank you. My pleasure, Mary. Go with the smoothies. The reason why I say juicing, if you were asking juicing, is because when you juice, you lose the fiber. All right. So if you're juicing, like let's say celery or anything like that, or even if you're juicing like lemons, there's tons of great fiber in things like lemons, limes, celery, bananas even. So you're losing a lot of the good fiber benefits of that. So I always like smoothies as opposed to juicing. Pectin fiber is amazing, and you're just losing all of that if you're juicing lemons. Water is good for everything from head to toe. Absolutely. Water, you're right, Joshua. And that's one of the biggest things, I'll tell you guys. If you're low in water content, think of it as a pyramid. All right. So if you're thinking it as a pyramid, at the bottom is your most important. That's the base of the pyramid. And it's the largest part of the pyramid. If you're thinking about increasing your overall health, well, what's at the bottom of the pyramid? Well, it's going to be water. Water is probably one of the most, if not the most important things that you can put into your body. We need to make sure that we're hydrated. And so that's why I say when I kind of give my clients, a lot of the times we start literally at square one. But, I say square one, but it's still one of the most important things. You need to make sure that you're drinking enough water during the day for a number of reasons. Dehydration, all right, causes a number of acute health issues, but a ton of chronic health issues as well. All right, loss of energy. Okay, if we're talking about acute loss of energy, fatigue, can decrease memory. What do they call it? Brain fog. So brain fog can increase brain fog. It can make us weaker. It can cause cramps. So we're seeing all this slow down metabolism, hurt with digestion. So those are all the issues with not drinking enough water. All right, so we need to make sure that we're drinking enough water. You could feel more hungry if you're not drinking enough water. Tons of things. I could go on and on and on. But if you're not drinking enough water, maybe that's one of the things that you might want to start with. Adding, a glass or two of water for about a week. Okay, start it slow. There's no reason that you have to, just jump right into 3 liters a day. That's a lot of water for most people. A lot of people are at a glass, all right? A glass or 2 a day, maybe even less. They'll have like a coffee. I've had clients come in and tell me they've only had a coffee during the day. And I'll go get them a water bottle because you can't go through a tough workout without having no water during the day. Just one, not healthy and not smart because they're pretty tough workouts. Mary, if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. If anyone else has any other questions, please feel free to ask. This is the time, and like I said, I feel like this channel, I feel like 2023, I hope you guys feel the same way, is going to be a great year for our health, things that we can control. Because remember, there's some things we can't control, but we don't worry about that. We worry about the things that we can control. And we can control what goes into our body, right? We can control what doesn't go into our body, and we can control how much we move, so exercise. That's going to be a big one. Oh, that's another announcement that I want to make sure that I put out there. But I really feel like 2023 can be a really good year for all of us. I think we should try to aim for it to, health-wise, whatever your goal is. And that's why I say a lot of people think when it comes to goals, it's always weight loss. I have a number of clients right now where weight loss is not our goal. I think they come see like a nutritionist, certified trainer, number of certifications. That all we'd be working on is weight loss. I'd probably say 60%. are weight loss, maybe 40% aren't. And that's a pretty good big group of people. A lot of people have a lot of different goals, guys. So whatever your goals are, I think we should try to either type them into chat, write them down. All right, you can email me. All right, foodsforhealth1@gmail.com. Send me an email. All right, if you want to send me an email for some help or ask in live chat, then we can get rolling on it. I think now is the time to do it. I just want to say something about what Joshua said. Cucumber, excellent, love it. I was very much into cucumber and water for a long time, because then I could just eat the cucumber right after. It was like a 2-for-1. You'd get some flavored water, and then you'd have some vegetables after it. So cucumber water, excellent. I'd rather you eat the cucumber again than juice it, and that's why I was doing that, to cut acid sugars inside the body. Yeah, cucumber's great for cleansing. Yeah, it definitely can cleanse. I think one of the big things is decreasing sugar for 2023. I think that's a great one, Joshua. Is better than COVID-19. Yeah, hopefully we're on the other end of that, Joshua. Absolutely. But I will say this. I think a great, even challenge to ourselves, try to cut out sugar. Slowly, not all at once. We're not going to do it in a day. We're not going to do it in a week. We might not do it in a month. But we have a whole year to try to cut out processed sugar or added sugars. All right, you're not going to get away from it completely. And then that's what I tell a lot of my clients as well. Don't think about going to zero. Think about just cutting back slowly. If you're having pop or soda, whatever you call it, wherever you are. I know sometimes people will comment, it's pop or it's soda. I always find it funny. Or energy drinks. Those are the two biggest things. Right? If you're over consuming them or consuming them, even just consuming them in general, you're getting a ton of added sugar per day, which has no nutritional value and is only causing you health issues, not any benefits to your health whatsoever. I think, cutting back slowly, week by week, right, is a really good goal. I think that would be tremendous. And that's just as important as water. You start with adding water, you start with taking away some sugar. I think those are two, and maybe adding in some vegetables. It doesn't really matter what the goal is. Just make the goal realistic. All right, make the goal realistic. I'll get to a point here about one of the announcements as well. But here's the one thing that take away from this, if you can, just stick with me for a minute here. A lot of the times, and a lot of the comments that I get is, or even, sometimes not really from clients. My clients are pretty good, but maybe people who are starting to think about working with myself or with someone else for that matter, whoever it is, all right, or just getting started in general at the gym, doing it themselves. All of that's great. All right, but I always hear a lot of, well, next week once I have time off, or, it'll be easier next week, all right, because I want to get my diet going first, and then I'll start working out. Or I'll start working out, and then I'll get my diet going. I think we need to aim to not wait for everything to be perfect, because it's not all going to line up. It might not ever line up, right? And if we keep waiting and waiting for everything to be perfect in our lives, then a lot of the times you're going to be waiting a long time, and you probably might not ever get started. But just so much of pushing off. And trust me, I've done it myself. That's why I think I can speak to it and relate to it so well. I've done it numerous times, all right, in different areas, all right, pushing off one workout, I'll do it tomorrow when I get a better sleep. All right. I won't do a leg workout because I'm going to feel tired today. I got a big dinner. All right. It's going to hurt my my workout. So I won't work out today. I'll push it off for a couple days. Well, we want to try to get rid of that. Just like, I guess the Nike saying, just do it. Just stay consistent. I know it's harder than just saying that, but I think one of the big goals is to try to create the habits. If we can create the habits and get those habits going as fast as possible, start today if possible. It's January 1st in a couple of days. That's the time where everyone seems to really jump in with both feet. If we can do it today before January 1st, you're going to have a way better chance I think at least, just from the data, just from working with thousands of people, you're going to have a way better chance of success. All right, if you're not pushing it off, it's the people who always will say, "Well, I'll do this in next week or next month," that just won't get to it or won't be consistent with it. And that's not to be judgmental. That's just how life is sometimes. But the people who can push through that, the people who can not get things done or get back on track without things being perfect in their life, I think are going to have the best chance. And I think that's something that we should all try to do for 2023. That's what I'm going to try to do. I was thinking when I was at the gym yesterday, I think it was yesterday, that, it doesn't have to be the best workout. I don't have to have the best workout. I was thinking to myself, it doesn't have, it was a good workout, don't get me wrong, but I was saying I don't have to have the best workout today. The important thing is that I'm getting the workout in. The work is being done. As long as I'm getting there and I'm being consistent, and I think a lot of this translates over to diet, as long as I'm putting the work in and I'm, getting the reps in, because one of the things is I really enjoy lifting weights. It's a passion of mine. And I just it's one of my hobbies. It has been for a long time. Joshua, take care. Happy New Year's to you. Stay healthy as well, my friend. Thank you so much for coming in. Like I said, it's been a little while since I've seen you, Joshua. Hope to catch you on the next one, Joshua. Hope to see you again soon, buddy. But have a great New Year's. Stay safe and stay healthy, my friend, and hope to see you soon, Joshua. Thanks again for coming in. But I think, as I was saying, it doesn't have to be the best, all right? It's just consistent, and it's the same thing with diet. You don't have to have the best diet. Everyone always asks, what's the best, when I do consultations, I've said this before to you guys, but what's the best diet for weight loss? Well, the best diet is the one that you can be the most consistent with, all right, and that you enjoy, all right? So a lot of times, like I've said before, a lot of times in my consultations, keto pretty much always comes up, or intermittent fasting, or they've tried it in the past. Should I go back to it? But I always tell them, and here's the thing. I've had a number of clients in the last, 6 weeks, that actually tried to get back on keto, like 2 or 3, and just weren't successful with it. And I told them, don't be hard on yourself if you're not. But it just wasn't for them, and that's okay. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Go to the one that you can be consistent with and that you're going to be happy with, because at the end of the day, if you can stick with that, then you can start making improvements. Then you can really start improving your health, hitting your goals, all right, achieving. That's what we want. And I think with achievement comes, all right, more and more, I'll say motivation, but again, I think more just lifestyle changes. Motivation wanes. Motivation comes and goes, all right? Sometimes you're feeling motivated one day, sometimes you're not feeling motivated the next, okay? So motivation, take that out of the equation, all right? It's the habit building. It's the lifestyle changes that we want to make. I think that's the important thing, and that's why I kind of challenge everyone, and myself included, for 2023, don't worry about being perfect. Perfect does not matter. It's being consistent. If you're consistent, right, and you're trying your best to make changes, then you're doing yourself such a service. You're doing yourself a disservice, all right, by waiting, all right, by pushing it off. We don't want to wait. We don't want to push it off. We don't want to put too much pressure on ourselves where if it's not the best workout, because I'll have a lot of people who, and even a lot of friends, if it's not the best workout or they don't hit a certain amount of reps or amount of weight, then it was a lost workout. I've completely got rid of that mindset, and I'm enjoying working out more now than I ever have before. I've taken certain exercises that were just causing me either pain or were just too fatiguing or taxing on my body. Like I said, it's been busy, all right? Do what you like. Do what you can do, what, can help you stay consistent. I've been making the changes, and I think it's really, really helped, and I know you guys can too. And if you need help with that, let me know, because I can definitely be, at least try to be some help to you. I don't know everything. I know some things when it comes to diet. I certainly know some things when it comes to exercise, and this is going to be a transition here. Right? But again, don't worry about perfect. Just try to get it in. Remember what I always say. Right? Get your 150 minutes of movement in per week. If you're at 0 right now, start with 30. All right, go to 60, go to 100. Slowly build. It doesn't have to go from 0 to 150. And I think with exercise, I think that's another big thing. All right. And if there's any questions in chat, feel free to ask, guys. If you want to just hear me keep talking, then I can definitely do that too. All right. But feel free to ask questions if you do have them. Now with exercise, all right, that's the big one. Maybe that's something that we want to think about. All right, exercising for 2023. All right, and remember, exercising can mean anything. Exercising doesn't mean you have to go sign up the gym today or tomorrow. All right, you can go for a walk. You can, go for a hike. You can swim if it's warm where you are. Tons of different options. All right, do something that you enjoy. I like working out, going to the gym, doing all that fun stuff. Something else might be fun for you. So try to get that 150 minutes in if we can. I think that's going to be a big goal for us as well. It's the biggest. I think his name's David Tia. I hate that I'm mispronouncing. I can't remember off the top of my head. But in a study, one of the best things that you can do for your body, one of the best, healthiest things to improve, one of the things that you can do to improve your health the most is exercise. So, why wouldn't we want to incorporate that into our everyday life? Okay, that's better than quitting drinking. That's better than quitting smoking. Better than getting more sleep. All of that stuff. All right, exercise was the most important, or at least had the biggest, impact on your overall health. Mary, I heard a challenge on a podcast this morning to add 2 new foods a week. I'm going to aim for 1 new food a week to keep it achievable. That's awesome. Very smart, very realistic. 1 a week. So that's amazing. That pretty much is summing up almost exactly what I'm saying, Mary. I really like that challenge. 2 new healthy foods, but you going for 1 is just great. Keep it achievable. It's what we call a SMART goal. All right. Specific, you got your one food in there. All right, I like that, because by the end of the year, if you're doing that, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, if you're adding 1 new food a week, all right, that's 52 new foods in a whole year. All right, that's amazing. 100 is a lot. 100 new foods in there. But if you're adding 1 new food, especially like a healthy food, tons of health benefits from that. Tons of health benefits, and you might find something that you didn't know that you like that you really enjoy. So, if you're finding something that you can now add into your diet, then that's great. And then that can make it easier for your other goals. And then for working out, they all go hand in hand. But, I like podcasts like that because they're manageable. They're very, very manageable. And they're realistic. Everything has to be realistic. I mean, I think like the way that I train, I don't like my clients, or I'm not a fan, I should say. It's fine. I always say this to my clients. Like, the goal isn't to lose 5 pounds this week. We'll take a 5-pound loss, but we need you being happy with your diet. We need you getting your workouts in, and we need you feeling good. We need you feeling happy. All right. Maybe a 1 pound, 2 pound loss max. All right. We'll take the 5 if we get it, all right? But we don't aim for 5. It's just so much. It's just not achievable. You're in a huge calorie deficit. Remember, it takes 3,500 calorie deficit to lose 1 pound. If you're losing 5 pounds every single week, all right, say you had that much weight to lose, well, you can do the math. I think it's like 18,000 calories, something in and around there, 17,000, 18,000 calories. So that's a lot. You're either very restricted in your diet or you're living at the gym. You're just at the gym all the time burning calories. Adrenaline. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Adrenaline. Thank you so much for your question, or thank you so much for your comment here. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. I struggle with easy, good tasting recipes. Well, you are definitely not alone. I think that's the thing for most people. Easy, something fast, something convenient, all right, and that tastes good. You are definitely not alone. I would say welcome to the 95% club because that is, that's most individuals. So don't, And here's the other thing. I don't want to come off as a like an apologetic for, not eating healthy, all right, or for, not losing weight, or for not hitting your goals, if losing weight is your goal. But we have to be easy on ourselves, and we have to be mindful of our goals, and we have to be, understanding of our stuff, of how things work. You know, every single one of my clients, all right, has some sort of struggle, even if they're not trying to lose weight, with convenient, good tasting foods, all right, whether that be fast food, whether that be like an energy drink, whether that be soda, chips, any other snack that you can think of. I mean, every single person, and myself, I do too. I mean, I'll have, sometimes I can really, really be on where I won't even have like a cheat meal for 3 weeks. Right. At other times, especially this time, like now the holiday season, you're going to have the days, you're going to have maybe a week where you're off your game just a little bit, and that's okay. All right. The important thing is that we start, and this is what I do with all my clients. Okay, if you're struggling with those, all right, you don't take them out. You don't just take them out. All right. Anyone can tell you don't eat. Let's say everyone's eating chips. All right. So if I had a client that was eating chips every single night, you don't just cut out the chips. Anyone can tell you, well, cut out chips, don't eat chips, and you'll be just fine. Right? You don't need to be a nutritionist. You don't have to have any certifications to give that type of knowledge. All right? You ask a random person on the street, should I eat the chips or not? They're going to tell you, if you want to be healthy, no. But you have to replace it with something. At least replace it with something that's healthy and that you enjoy. All right, you still have to be able to enjoy it, right? Preferably something a little bit more lower calorie, but that shouldn't be too hard if it's chips, because they're very high in calories, and we never eat just one, all right? So I wouldn't be too hard on yourself, but again, all right, your goal should be then, all right, maybe if I'm, reaching for something that's convenient, maybe fast food, let's say 5 times a week, 6 times a week. That's not unheard of. It's very, very common for individuals that I started working with. Maybe you try to knock that down to 4. And then for 2 weeks, you try to knock it down to 3. And then eventually, it becomes easier and easier. But it's a struggle for everyone. Everyone has that struggle. If not, I mean, I'm not saying this in your case, but I've given obesity numbers on here before, the percentages. Like 67% now, heading up to 70% of heart disease. Same thing. That's a clear indication of what people are putting into their bodies and what type of recipes people are going for. So you are not alone. I think we just have to, what I would do if we were working together, we would come up with a strategy where we could, come up with other recipes, maybe a little bit healthier, not take everything out completely, but come up with a strategy that takes out some of that, good tasting recipes that are maybe a little bit higher in calories, and come up with something that's going to be a little bit lower in calories, that's going to be a little bit more nutritional, and then also keep you happy and keep you satiated. You don't want to feel too restricted. Sorry, just drinking my coffee here. Now, it's interesting because I know this is a nutrition channel, and a lot of the videos, I'd say 99% of them are, I don't know, actually, I don't know if I've done any workout videos on here. Whenever we get into exercising or talking about working out, using that word, working out or exercising, or I like just saying movement, to be honest. Whenever we get into that discussion, all right, there's always a shift. There's always a shift away. And I think that's something that I want to try to promote a little bit in 2023. All right, getting movement in. We need to make sure that we're getting movement in during the week, whether just going for a simple 20-minute walk every single day, all right, or, doing yoga, doing something like that, doing something that just gets you moving, standing more, something, at least something, okay? I like going for a walk, right, if it's warm. It can be tough if it's winter, especially up here in Canada. But 150 minutes is our goal. I think we can get 150 minutes in per week, all right? I really think that that's And I'll push a little bit on that because I think that's very doable for most people. Obviously, if you have injury or anything like that, that could make it a little bit tougher. But for most people, I think you should be able to get that 150 minutes in per week. And again, it couldn't be anything. Sports are a great one. If you like sports, then something that's easier too, or not too taxing on the body. I had some people who enjoy rowing, all right, or tennis. Excellent activities. Swimming, excellent activity, all right, for exercise. But I think 2023, you might see some exercise videos on this channel because we have the diet, and it's just like with my clients. Yes, you can come in for your workouts every single time, but if you're not doing the work on the diet side of it, then it's going to be very hard to reach the goal. It's the same thing with working out and with diet, depending on what your goal is. I mean, if your goal is losing weight, then of course, or if your goal is to be healthy, all right, then some sort of exercise, some sort of movement, all right, should be on the list, guys. All right, it should be on there if we want to make sure that we're living the healthiest life we can. It has so many improvements for us. Cycling, absolutely, Nathan. Lots of people. I have a bike here, a couple great bikes. Cycling is another great one. All right, they have so many cool things with cycling where you can do these online races and things like that. All right, cycling is an amazing one. Very, very good. Just be careful when you do. I would do more cycling. I don't know what it is. Just too many stories that I've heard online. But cycling is amazing. Amazing exercise. I like rowing. I really like rowing. I like just walking. I'm just a big fan of walking in general. Get a nice incline going. All right. Just staying active that way. But weights, I also enjoy weights. And, when I start bringing up weights and everything like that, everyone always thinks of the typical stereotypical weightlifting in the gym. It does not have to be like that. And that's sort of the videos I think I'm going to promote and put up on this channel, sort of resistance exercises with bands. If that's something you're interested in, let me know, because I think that you guys would get really, really good benefits from just a little bit of resistance training. And it doesn't have to be with weights. You don't have to go out and buy dumbbells or a barbell or anything like that. You could get 5 resistance bands for $20 off Amazon. And that's all you need. And you can create a whole program, all right, and get resistance training for your entire body just with those 5 bands. All right, you spend $20 and then that's it. And you got your resistance training. So how amazing is that? And absolutely, Nathan, wear a helmet. That's what I mean. Just be careful. It's the one reason why I don't cycling. I don't know. For some reason, some people have a phobia of swimming. I love swimming. Swim competitively for years and years. So I'll swim often. I've done 2-hour swims before. And, I feel sometimes I go all day. I love swimming. But cycling, I don't know. I don't know if it's a phobia. I just have not. I haven't rode a bike outside in probably 15 years. That's how long it's probably. It may be even longer. It's been quite some time. But it's very healthy for you. It's a great form. It's great. People love cycling. I have a stationary bike. Nice. Does it really help? Yes, absolutely. If you're trying to burn calories, is it stationary or recumbent? Recumbent is where you're sitting and your legs are just pedaling, but it sounds like stationary bike. It looks like a normal bike. But does it really help? Absolutely. I mean, is it resistance training? No, it's cardio. Just like Nathan's saying, cardio is key. It's cardiovascular. Unless you're putting on some resistance for on your bike, then maybe you're getting a little bit of resistance on the legs. But for the most part, it's an endurance exercise. So, it's going to definitely be beneficial in cardio aspect, in decreasing calories, burning calories, increasing your metabolism, overall heart health, brain health, everything. So a stationary bike, great. It's just like a treadmill. It's just a different form of cardio. Hey, Zaid, thank you so much for joining. Great to have you in here. Hope you're having a good holiday. Hope New Year's is coming up for you. Hopefully everything is going great. Thank you so much for joining. Nathan, cycling is good for people with weight and joint problems. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. Can be, and same as swimming. And that's why I keep bringing up swimming, because swimming is amazing for individuals who have joint problems, who are a little heavier in weight. If they have knee issues, hip issues, things like that, could also cause lower back issues. So cycling is great for that. Also, swimming is another good one. So it's just all about anything like cycling, going on an elliptical machine, swimming, going for a walk. It's all great. And sorry, Joshua, we're just not going to ask people, where you live. Okay. Yeah, we'll just keep it, we don't have to give exact areas or anything like that, but I get you, Joshua. Okay, perfect. But yeah, any cardio is any cardio that you can get, whether it be swimming, cycling, walking, I think is very, very important. But the important thing too is that you're doing it with resistance training. I think if you can combine both of them, and by the way, thank you everyone for the thumbs up. I see that we're over 20. Very, very cool. All right. Thank you so much. Over 20, we got 21 thumbs up. Thank you, guys. But if you're combining the two, a little bit of cardiovascular exercise with a little bit of resistance training, I think both are going to be great for your overall health. Great for your overall health. Just don't forget, after I think it's either 30 or 35. I think it's 35. We start to lose 1% of muscle mass per year. So doing a little bit of resistance training, keeping our muscle, maintaining some muscle, maybe even putting some on, right? A lot of people tend to want to shy away from that, but there's nothing wrong of maintaining or even putting a little bit of muscle on. Don't forget, it's tough to put on muscle. It's not an easy thing. People think they'll start resistance training and magically they put on 10 pounds of muscle. Trust me, it's not like that at all, guys. A little bit of resistance training is good. Maintain your muscle mass. Maybe put on 1 or 2 pounds of muscle. That's going to speed up your metabolism. Tons of health benefits with that resistance training. I like both of them. Both of them are great. Cool. I pull it out of the corner. There you go. Awesome. So maybe in 2023, now we can start using the stationary bike, Adrenaline. And I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So there you go. But yeah, cycling's great. Any form of cardio. But I really think, and I've worked with people here online. Again, I've had clients on here. All right. And if you're interested in one-on-one coaching, I'm going to put my email on here. All right. Foods for... Okay, so I put my email up on there, guys. Oh, perfect. Okay, great. Adrenaline, perfect. Thank you for making sure. It's tough sometimes, but I can usually get it, but sometimes I'm off. Anyway, I've had people who are just getting started with nutrition or with strength, exercise, things like that. We've done consultations. I've worked with people on here before. It's always been a great collaboration, working with one-on-one with someone. But if you feel like starting and you feel like you need to take some help taking the first step forward, I am more than happy to help. You are more than welcome to send me an email at that email address that I just linked in the chat, foodsforhealth1@gmail.com. If you're going to get started, like I said, don't wait for it to be perfect. Now's the time to start. We're going into 2023. We want to make sure that this is the best year that we can make it. I think and we always start out so fast. That's the thing, all right? Especially working in this industry for so long. We always start out, and it's so cliche, but it's also so true. I mean, everyone has heard like the New Year's resolutioners, either with diet or exercise or whatever it is, being really, really motivated at the beginning of the year, really, really, well off at the beginning of the year, but then it dies down after 2 or 3 weeks, and that's usually what happens. we don't want that to happen. And that's why we've had this discussion on doing things that can help keep you on track, keep you consistent. If you can stay consistent, then you're doing a great job. You know you're doing something right. If you can maintain, right, the same habits, right? And again, not everything, it doesn't I don't want to give off the impression like you always have to be 100%. It's okay to take some time off. It's okay to be off a little bit. But we just want to make sure that we're doing the best we can and creating healthy habits for ourselves. Mary, I got off track with my nutrition over the holidays, and that's because of all the extra goodies. Absolutely, Mary. I told my clients, don't stress out over the holidays, because this is the time where it's the probably the toughest in the whole entire year. If they're counting calories, I don't think a lot of them do. I'm not a huge super fan of counting calories. I'm a fan of tracking what foods they're eating, but not counting calories. But, there's no tracking or anything like that. Just make sure, not overdoing it. Enjoy, but, try to get back on track. I restarted yesterday. Nice, because now the sweets are out of the house. Exactly, Mary. That's what always happens. And that's one of the big things, too. You bring up an excellent point. If you have the foods in the house, you are going to eat them. It's not probably going to eat them or might eat them. If they're there, you're going to have them. All right. So that's a great point. Right? If there's, foods, especially, things like that are full of sugar or like chips, because I always go with things high in sodium or things that taste good. If they're in the house, they're probably going to get eaten. So it doesn't mean you can never have them, though. It doesn't mean you can never have chips again in your life. Just if you're trying to improve, if you're trying to create healthy habits, maybe instead of getting 3 bags, go down to 1 bag. But that's great. You restarted yesterday. Lots of water. Get that sugar out of the system, and you'll be good to go. More yoga. Nice, Nathan. Are you a yoga fan? Yep. I don't do yoga, but I have been doing a little bit of mobility work, which is also helpful. But yes, yoga is a great one. I don't keep sweets in the house on a regular basis because I can't resist them. Yes, Mary, you're exactly right. It's not, like I said, it's not probably or might have them. It's you will have them. They're going to get eaten. At some point, you're going to have them, especially if we know they're there. All right. When we know they're there, if we bought them, all right, then we know that they're going to be eaten at some point. So keeping them out of the house, all right, just like you said, all right, that's the easiest and best way to make sure you're staying on track. Cassie, thank you so much. Appreciate having you in here. My health goal is actually to try to gain some weight. There you go. Exactly. Cassie, and again, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I think I am. But there you go. Exactly. I've had numerous clients where their health goal was to gain weight. Either putting on muscle or just, becoming a healthier weight through diet. That's the thing. It can go in both ways. We hear so much on the news. Even myself, I talk about it. I talk about the obesity numbers, but, being underweight is also an issue. I don't know if, your doctor told you that or what, Cassie or Casey. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. I'm off with the names today. I'm out of practice. Like I told you guys, I take a couple weeks off stream and I'm off. But like I said, that goes both ways. We don't want to be overweight, but we want to make sure that we're not underweight as well. So, your health goal is to try to gain some weight. That's very interesting. And that would be a fun, if you have any questions related to that, I would love to hear more about it if you're willing to share. But that's very, very more common than people think. Definitely more common than people think. It's always such a stereotype too, as someone that's a nutritionist and trainer. I mean, if you saw some of my clients, people would be like, why are they working out? They're already in shape, quote unquote, in shape. But maybe they have a little bit of weight that they want to put on. All right. Just because, being super skinny or, underweight, all right, we have this now, things that have been pushed in the media. It's changing a little bit. It's almost going the opposite way. It was skinny was better, weight loss. Now we're getting a shift in the other way, all right, which isn't necessarily the best either, all right? But, if you saw some of my clients, all right, you might be surprised. These people are, training, but it's not always to lose weight, all right? There's so many health benefits to it, all right? There's so many health benefits. So to put on some weight, that's an excellent goal. A lot of that's going to come down. I'm wondering if you're doing any resistance training. I'm wondering, because if you're doing a lot of cardio, it's going to be hard to hit that goal. Is it Cassie? It's almost driving. It's almost. I think it's Cassie. But if you're doing a lot of cardio, all right, then obviously it's going to be hard to put on weight. But I'd be very interested to know what your diet is, how many meals you're having a day, like what your macronutrients are. These are all things, if I was working with a client that's trying to put on weight, those are all things that you're going to want to know. You're going to need to know as the trainer and nutritionist. Are you doing a ton of cardiovascular? Are you doing any resistance training? There's certain things that you can do that can help you put on weight. Some people have a really fast metabolism. And there you go. I think my metabolism is high. Exactly. Just as I was about to say as well, some people have a really fast metabolism, and there's different types of bodies. There's ectomorphs, so very thin, naturally thin, fast metabolism. All right. So very fast metabolism. They can eat anything they want, and they're still skinny, underweight. All right. So that's an ectomorph. There's mesomorph, all right, which is kind of can fluctuate both ways. They can lose, they can gain, a little easier for them to put on muscle. And then there's the endomorph, slower metabolism, tend to hold more body fat, harder for them to lose weight, harder for them to gain. They can gain muscle, but harder for them to lose weight, usually a little higher in body fat. Whereas an ectomorph, Cassie, okay, perfect. Thank you, Cassie. But just like you were saying, if you're ectomorph, like metabolism is high, it can be very tough to lose weights, or to gain weight, I should say. I was just thinking about, me and Mary were talking about a little bit earlier. Smoothies are gonna maybe be one of your friends. Drinking calories. It's easier to get calories in when you drink them. As opposed to eating them. Sometimes it can be hard to eat a whole meal. Tried eating a lot more, but it doesn't seem to work. Okay, that's interesting. So these are all the interesting questions, guys, and all the information. Everyone goes through a different process. I mean, this is why you have to be open. All right, so you can't be tunnel vision when it comes to helping people with their health, because someone like Cassie here, it's totally different. It's a totally different advice given to her, and a totally different program that would be given to her than someone who's trying to lose weight or can't manage to lose weight. Right? Tried eating a lot more. So then your next question would be okay, well, what were you eating before, and then what are you eating now? What's your meal frequency? All right, so how many meals are you having a day? And what are your meals consisting of? What macronutrients are they consisting of? You'd also want to maybe speak with your doctor as well. Maybe you already have. But those are things I would ask. The reason why I say the smoothie would be, helpful is because you can just put, tons of, it's not hard to fill that blender with calories. That's why a lot of people, I try not to, if they're trying to lose weight, I try to get them not to drink their calories. But if they are trying to gain weight, then smoothies can be very, very helpful. You throw 2 tablespoons of peanut butter in there. You throw a banana. You can throw a bunch of different calorie dense foods into there as well. Get some good protein, so you're got your muscle building block in there, and then you go from there. But I would try to do it the healthy way. A lot of people who try to gain weight will eat fast food. They'll try to eat, calorie dense foods that are on the unhealthy end. So I would try to do it eating as healthy as possible. I eat a lot of I eat a lot of carbohydrates and sweets. So sorry, right? Just laughed because I was just saying try not to have the sweets, but it's hard. I know it's definitely hard. I would try to do it as healthy as possible. I eat a lot of carbohydrates and sweets. Well, you might be burning through those carbohydrates super fast. Even with like the sweets. If you looked at your macronutrient breakdown, like protein, fats, and carbohydrates, then we could start, making some tweaks to them. Before I was eating a lot of salads, lean meats like fish and chicken. Well, there you go. So eating a lot of salads, all right, a lot of salad in and of itself is going to be low in calories, all right, unless you're really packing on like olive oil or something with it, which I wouldn't recommend you do. But it's not going to be a ton of calories. Lean meats like fish and chicken, all right, they're very low in calories. All right, you have to eat a lot. So if you're having like salad, and this isn't bad, this is healthy eating. This is great. But you have to eat a lot more of like lean meats like fish and chicken to be getting those calories in, for you to be gaining weight. Think of it like this, all right? Calories in versus calories out. You're either eating at your TDEE, so letter T, letter D, and then two E's. Your total daily energy expenditure. All right, you take your BMR, so your basal metabolic rate, you add in how active you are during the day, and then you get your TDEE, total daily energy expenditure. If you're not gaining weight, you're eating below that TDEE number. All right. If you are gaining weight, then you're eating above. And if you're staying the same weight, you're eating right at it. You need to be eating above your TDEE. So, maybe some more calorie dense foods, things like almonds, walnuts, avocado. Just because those leans, like fish, very low in calories. Chicken, like chicken breast, very low in calories. And of course, salad, very low in calories as well. Really great foods. I'm just giving my point of view here, not saying that you should add this or that. Again, this is something you speak with your doctor about, just because I don't know your health background or health history. But if you're wanting to gain weight, I would lean away from super lean fish and chicken and salads, and then maybe start to add some other things in there as well, if that makes sense to you. Just because when you're eating really, really clean, it's hard to and when I say clean, like healthy, low calorie foods, when you're eating like that, it's very hard to get your calories up. You have to be eating a lot of food for that. You take the example is you take a plate and fill it full of, I think I saw it online. It's just one of those things. Like if you look at fried chicken versus chicken breast, and then you fill it with a plate, how much chicken breast you have to eat for how many calories is in fried chicken. You're going to have to eat like 6 chicken breasts just to get the amount of calories just from fried chicken. So they're pretty low in calories. But, like I said, I know you can do it. Healthy fats are usually one of the easier ways to do it. Those protein sources I think are fine. You could add healthy fats. You could add some carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates in there. And I think you'd be doing your really, really good with it. Oh, that's good. There you go. Nice. Did they just say you're a little underweight, Cassie? Is that it? Maybe just put on a little bit of weight. Is that all they said? Health screen done. Great. You're good to go. Good for you. Or is it more for aesthetic? Is it even a health thing? Because sometimes there's a lot of my clients too, they want to put on a little bit of weight, and it's for like an aesthetic. It's for a look that they're going for. It's not even necessarily having to do with health. They just want to, have an aesthetic look to themselves, and there's nothing wrong with that. Your goal is your goal. Everyone's in, if you have a health goal, I don't see it. For beans, I think beans would be great, Mary. The thing with beans, and this is really where you're really getting into kind of some of the nitty gritty of being, not wanting to overthink it. Beans would be good. You get your, carbohydrates, and protein, not really any fat. So you're going to miss out on a little bit of calories from them being low in fat. The one thing with beans, though, is they do have a lot of fiber. So they'll fill Cassie up. So Cassie will be feeling full and satiated, and she might not be feeling like eating anything else. So nothing wrong with that. Like complex carbohydrates are great, like beans. There's nice protein in there. Um, you got some really good amino acids in there. I would think they would be great. You just want to make sure you're not going too crazy, like overboard with the fiber, which I don't think you would be doing with the beans. Um, I think it'd be excellent adding some healthy beans in there, and then you can make them like a side dish. So with the beans, then you add your protein, then you add some healthy fat to it, and you have an excellent meal right there. But beans in general are good. They just have a ton of fiber. They're very filling. I want What about? So I think they would be good, Mary. They can just be very filling. But if I'm trying to lose weight myself, beans are one of the things I would go for because they keep me full longer. Or if one of my clients is trying to, maybe they add it to their diet. But good for gaining weight as well. Nothing wrong with beans. Beans are excellent food choice. Tons of micronutrients, great macronutrients. Love beans. Yeah, you could add beans. You could add whatever you like, Cassie. You're kind of in one of those nice spots that most people like to be in. You could sort of add really anything that's if it's healthy to your diet. You could add bread, pasta, whole wheat. If I would suggest. And again, I would stick to the healthy, like complex carbs. Stick to the healthy fats, and still stick to your healthy proteins. Get good vegetables in, good fruits in, and then you'll be just fine. No, they said my weight is fine for my height. I want it for aesthetic. There you go. So it is for aesthetic, and that's fine too. See, when just by hearing that, you can kind of. A lot of people have a different goal. And so everything was healthy, and so your goal is aesthetic. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's a great goal. You just think you're too small, you want to add a little bit of weight, there you go. So for aesthetic, that's actually really nice because then you can just take your time, you're in no rush. If you're healthy, your weight is fine, you just want to add a little bit of weight, you're in no rush. You can, I would, if you were my client, Cassie, I would say like, depending on I don't know how much weight you want to gain, but I wouldn't gain any more than like half a pound a week. Um, just so it's good weight, good quality weight, and not like body fat. Because you can only put on so much weight before it's body fat. It's a lot of people who I'll train and they're trying to put on muscle and they'll just eat, and they'll do almost like a dirty bulk, and they're just putting on body fat. They're not getting themselves any bigger. They're not putting on more muscle. They're just putting on body fat. Speaking of pasta, what are your thoughts about chickpea pasta? It's okay for weight loss? Absolutely. I think chickpea. Let me look it up. I haven't seen the. I Off the top of my head, I think it sounds just fine, Mary, for weight loss. Um, have I seen the macronutrients for chickpea pasta? I have not. So, off the top of my head, I would think that it would be fairly good in protein because you have chickpeas. I just want to see what the carbs are from it. I know it would probably have good fiber in it as well, and probably I'm guessing the micronutrients aren't bad as well. I would say probably keep it in moderation if you're trying to lose weight. But if you got good fiber in there, then it sounds good. Let me take a look at it now. That's kind of my first thoughts on it. Chickpea. It's one of the first ones that came up. Apparently I'm missing out. Okay. Yeah, so you get good protein. See, these are some of the interesting stuff that are out there now. Like here we go. Can we make this bigger? Yeah, okay. I think it looks just fine. So I'm looking at the carbohydrate to protein ratio, and it looks really good, to be honest. I think it says it's very, very small for me. It's hard to read, but it looks like 61 grams of carbs, 11 of them being fiber. So there you go, right off the bat. Whenever you're talking bean, you're always got to think fiber, guys. Think fiber. So I was 1 for 1 there. And then also you're getting good protein, because in one serving, so 60 carbs, so maybe that's a little bit more than 1 serving for most people, but very close. You're getting 23 grams of protein, which is awesome. So 23 grams of protein, 11 grams of fiber with 61 grams of carbohydrates and very little fat, which is to be expected. I think that sounds great. The other great thing about it, and I don't even have to look at this anymore just because I'll know. But the other great thing about it too is you're getting a ton of, and we said this as well, so you're getting a ton of micronutrients from it. B vitamins, things like that. A ton of micronutrients from that chickpea pasta. So, my first thoughts seem to be coming true here. Good complex carbohydrate, good protein. So the carbohydrate to protein ratio is nice. Very little fat, good fiber, and nice micronutrients. I would just say, like I said before I looked at the profile, just keep it in moderation. I think it was somewhere around half a pack, like one serving size was 350. I would maybe have like 2/3 of that, and I think you're good to go. And I think you would be very good to go, Mary. The fiber is just really, really good for the weight loss as well. It's so good in protein that you just cut back those carbs back a little bit. Not that carbs are bad, just cut them back so you're lowering your calories overall. I like it a little better than wheat pasta, yep. But I don't eat it often at all, so maybe I'll add it in once or twice a week. Hey, no problem, Mary. My pleasure. I really like checking out things I've never seen before. Like I'd never seen a label of chickpea pasta before. So yeah, I think once or twice a week, very excellent. Add some variety to your meals. I think that's awesome. And that's what we should be doing, guys. Add variety like Mary's doing. Don't just have the same thing. It's such a cliche thing. Broccoli, rice, and chicken breast. Very cliche. I would add in that, Mary, for sure. Once or twice a week. Nothing wrong with that. It looks healthy. I think you'll do just fine. Especially with weight loss. No, it looks really good. I might have to give it a try, to be honest with you. I usually go wheat, but that nutrient profile looked really, really nice. So my pleasure for looking into that. So let's just say this, guys. I see some big things happening with the channel this year. Like I said, I'll be on either in videos or on the live stream. I will be on speaking with you a lot more. All right. Like I said, got a new camera yesterday. We're good to go. The camera's all set up for the live stream. We're good to go there. You guys have seen it in some videos. We're 100% good to go. All right. I want to have my face on this channel more. I want to interact with you guys more. And so that's what my goal for the channel is in 2023. So we have that, all right, myself on there in video form. We also have the videos where we're making different recipes, healthy recipes, like we've been talking about on stream, different teas, smoothies. Hey, maybe I'll make some chickpea pasta, Mary, and we can throw up on there. But other kind of videos showing how to make certain things, all right? I think that would be really interesting and good content for you guys, and I think you guys would enjoy it. So we have that to look forward to as well. Might throw some exercise stuff in there. I think that would be helpful. Resistance band type stuff. maybe some other type of cardio or stretching, things like that, mobility stuff that you can do. I think that would be really, really helpful on this channel, just because I want to get a both of mix of diet and exercise. That way we're really making sure and ensuring that we're having our healthiest 2023. I know working out and exercise can turn some people off or turn some people away, but I really think that we need to make sure that we're just trying to get at least a little bit of movement in. If not, we're doing ourselves a disservice. We've seen numerous studies time and time again how it's just so beneficial for our overall health. So that's something to look forward to as well on the channel. Last thing I'll say about the channel announcements is the consistency. The consistency of the uploads and the consistency of the videos, these live streams. Again, with me being on here, more interactive with my camera on. Can't wait to do it. Was going to do it today, but I was running a little bit late if you guys got here right at the beginning. So we decided not to, but from here on out, it's going to be on. And I'm looking forward to that. It's always fun chatting with you guys. But I think it's going to be a big year for the channel. I think it's going to be a lot of good information out there. Like I said, I've been researching foods, but I've also been researching things like for instance, sugar, the dangers of sugar, but also some research into perimenopause and menopause. So a lot of videos like that, diabetes, things of that nature, heart disease, of course, as you guys know, if you've listened to this channel, heart disease and, foods that can help, exercise. That's why I'm going to start changing some of the video formats into some exercise so we can combat heart disease, obesity, things of that nature. I think it's going to be good. I'm really, really excited. Like I said, I'm feeling top notch. I feel like I can really, add some value to the viewers here. I just want to make sure it's consistent and it's quality. It's number one. The service has to be good. I said this at the beginning. If the quality is not good, all right, then I wouldn't put it up. It just wouldn't be out there. And that's just how I am. And sincerely, that's how I feel. So the quality will be, increasing. The quantity will be increasing. And I think the value will be increasing on this channel. So, stick with it here, guys. I think it can be a great year for us all. I want it to be my best year. I want it to be your best year as well. And I think we can all do it. And it's always best doing it as a team, having people to do it with you. If you're not having the best day, if you're not feeling, motivated, or if you're off track just a little bit, someone who can help get you back on track, or a group of people, a community who can help get you back on track, and then go from there. But I'm really looking forward to this year. I'm looking forward to this year, not only channel wise, but also for you guys as well, for you guys to hit your goals. I saw a lot of goals in the comment section today. I'm really excited for you guys. And of course, if you have any questions, if you need any help, please contact me and we can talk about it. We can work something out if you're inclined to. Big shout out to Mary, who has joined as a Fit Team member. Thank you, Mary. Thank you for all your support this year. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope you're getting great value out of it. So big shout out to you, Mary. Really appreciate you. Big shout out to Sonia as well. Big shout out to all our others. Cassie, Adrenaline, Nathan was in here. I know Joshua was in here. Zaid was in here. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it, guys. Let's continue to make this, continue to make our goals reality. Let's continue to have a great year, end the year off strong, but then have 2023 be even better if we can, or keep that consistency going. So I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. It's been a little while. We're at an hour and 30 minutes. Time flew by. Holy cow. Hard to believe. Hour and 30-minute live stream today. Again, thank you so much, guys. I know sometimes I can get rambling, but hopefully you can put up with the long diatribes sometimes. But thank you so much for asking your questions as well. So thank you so much, guys. That's our last stream of 2022. Our next stream will be in 2023. Hard to believe. And again, let's make it the best year that we can. We're going to do it together. I really feel like 2023 is going to be a big year for us. So thank you so much, guys. As always, I appreciate the support. I appreciate all of you. Have a safe and happy new year. And I can't wait to talk to you guys next time. So take care, everyone. Thanks for coming in. We'll talk to you.